Cool, so here we are with Lewis for our Ask Lewis Twitter Q&A session. So Lewis, question one from Julian Mazur. How refreshing is it to be driving in a team that can give you results straight off and use your talents?
Thanks for the question. I've been very fortunate to have been in many great teams throughout my racing career, through karting to single-seaters and obviously in Formula One. And with McLaren, they gave me my dream. Got me the World Championship, and it was an incredible experience there. And now I'm in a new place, and it's great to be in a new place and also have just wonderful opportunities, and to see the team evolve so quickly and to have moved so far forward even without me, and for me now to be a part of be on that new journey with them to success. It's a great feeling, and every time we arrive at the race and we have a car that's competitive, it's the greatest feeling, because you feel you can put your gift, the talent, all the hard work and training and preparation. Feel like you can really put it to the test.
Question two comes from Luke Knight. Which is your favourite Grand Prix?
My favourite Grand Prix, well, every race is my favourite because I just love racing. But I mean, Monaco is pretty special. One of the reasons I live there, and just because it's around the harbour, it's around the streets. There's no room for error. It does suck a little bit that you can't overtake. It's very, very difficult to overtake, and the chances of crashing when you do try to overtake are high. So pole position generally wins. But just in terms of driving a single lap, it's really awesome. Races that I really enjoy are the ones that you can overtake on. So Spa is really great because there's great opportunity to overtake there. I think there's good opportunities at places all around the world that have the longer straights, which enable you to get close enough to overtake.
Stuart Dixon would like to know, if your career was made into a film, what would the title be?
That's a good question. I don't know, you'd have to tell me. I really cannot think of anything I say would be taken the wrong way, so if I say something, you'll be like, oh, just forget it. If I don't say something, then I just won't answer that one. You answer it for me.
So Sam Rackham says, if you weren't an F1 driver, what would your ideal job be?
I don't think there is an ideal job. I mean, I was born to race. I was born to compete in something. It didn't even have to be. I wanted to do motorbikes before. I wanted to do motocross before I got a go-kart. And my dad was worried about me being on the bike, so he got me a go-kart, which I'm grateful for because it's much safer, and all these people on bikes are breaking their arms and shoulders all over the place. And I definitely would have done the same. But I think just competing at the top level in something is what I would have been doing.
Now, Chris Mutton asks, Lewis, out of all of your wins, which was the most memorable to you?
There isn't one particular one that sticks out more than others, really. I mean, the Silverstone Grand Prix definitely does. I guess that has to really stick out, if anything, because it was just special to win on home soil. It's the greatest feeling and the greatest achievement for anyone. It's like you win a gold medal for your country. It's a great feeling. But every race is special, and every race is different. And I've been racing since I was 8, and every Sunday I felt different. I felt a different nervous feeling. I've had a different excitement, and that's why I love racing, because every day you just never know what you're going to get, but you have to be grateful for all the opportunities, good or bad, that come up. And yeah, been very fortunate to be where I am.
Ross Moundsbridge asks, what's the fastest car you've driven apart from an F1 car?
I drove a Bugatti, so naturally that was probably the fastest road car I've driven. My Zonda is pretty spectacular. I've not gone fast in it at all. I just like to hear it through the tunnel in Monaco. But otherwise, I think that's it.
Well, Nimish wants to know if you think particularly highly of any of one of the rookies on the current grid, and who and why.
Good question. I think Daniel Ricciardo has done a really good job. You know, their cars, I mean, they've really picked up the last few races, part of the season, and he's had some really strong qualifying, getting through to Q3 and really fighting up amongst the top dogs, you know. So and he's generally been a lot further ahead of his teammate. So, you know, he's probably the one that stands out to me.
Marvin Walker would like to know, do you have a favourite driving song or a pre-race playlist? His favourite's The Chain by Fleetwood Mac.
No, I don't. You know, I just go onto my laptop and play whatever I feel like playing at. Sometimes I just put it on random. I like listening to Rick Ross, and I like a lot of Drake's stuff. Sometimes I just listen to Bob Marley, or I might just watch a comedy, like I might watch Cat Williams or Kevin Hart is like my favourite. Guy's hilarious, so I might just be going into the garage just in tears because I've been watching something that Kevin Hart said. But and I have a lot of my own music that I have begun to listen to a lot more, because always listening out to what I can improve on.
Tom Pitt wants to know, if you could only drive at one racetrack for the rest of your life, which one would you pick and why?
Jeez, probably the Nordschleife.
Adam Turner would like to know if you enjoy all the travelling you do, and if so, is there anywhere in the world you haven't been that you want to go to?
I do enjoy the travelling. I mean, it's hectic, but I do enjoy travelling. I mean, I'm so fortunate that I've travelled the world, got to go and see great places, meet new people, see new cultures, and there's still so much more for me to see in those places that I've been to. But the place I really did like is South Africa. I've not been to Dominican Republic. I've not been to Egypt. There are places that I would like to go.
And finally, Mark McHale asks, what age is best to start karting? Because my boy's 6 and loves motor racing, but everywhere else starts at 8.
Yeah, I was asked the same question the other day. Nicky Lauda asked me, or his wife asked me. His kids are 4. His son's 4. And his wife's already got into her head that they should start karting already. But, you know, I started when I was 8, and that's the legal driving age. I went to Wright House maybe a year or 2 ago, and I saw kids driving at 3 or 4 years old, and for me that's far too young. You know, when you start racing, it's good fun, but it's important for a kid to grow, and even 8 is early. But I mean, I think 8's as early as I would ever start, and if I was doing it with my own son, I wouldn't let him start until they're 8 years old. And it's really important that they don't miss school, because schooling really suffered for me, and that's really the most important, to get that foundation in, because whatever you learn at school you take on to you know, when you get to Formula 1 and you're working with the media and you're working with thousands, you know, 1,000 people, you learn to communicate, you learn to help the team understand where you want to go, and that's really from schooling. So that's a huge importance to me. So I'd say that's number one. And second, I just say don't start too early, you know, and don't rush, because I wanted to get there. Me and my dad, we wanted to get there when we were 18, and we were always in a rush, and McLaren just kept me calm and kept my feet on the ground and said just take your time. And I got here, and when I got here I was just about ready. But if I came when I was 18, I would not be here today, probably. So, you know, just take your time. It's about learning, it's about building the foundation, taking your time, winning everything that you compete in, and then the time will come, you get to the top.
Great, Lewis. Thank you for joining us. That's part 1 of the Ask Lewis Twitter Q&A.